photographs or videos or the forms are available at the Meet Information Desk at the top of the stairs. And videos cannot be posted on an unsecure website, but they may be posted on a secure club website. I think that's us just welcoming everybody on the live stream. So welcome to the session 4 of the January Pentaqua event. This is the 11 and 12 boys and girls and 13-year-olds. And today we are going to be doing the boys, starting out with the boys IM, the 100 IM, and then we're going to be racing through the 50 frees and the 50 breast for all of those events this afternoon. So today we have our referees as Elizabeth Fitzsimmons and Fiona Sinnott, and our starter is Ross Stewart. And just a note to all the swimmers, we kept really good time this morning and we want to keep that up for this afternoon's session. So if all swimmers can make sure that they are marshalled and in the marshalled area 3 heats before their actual event. So that's 3 heats before their event, and that will allow everybody to keep this afternoon's session on time and moving through swiftly. And just before we get going, the Pentaqua event allows an overall first, second and third positioning of the swimmers. That's the combined points of all the swimmers in each of the age group. And there is some cash prizes, swimmers. So we have been able to allow you to see where you lie up on the board, up on the board just by the starter blocks opposite me and up behind us as well. So if you want to find out where you're lying at the midway point today, please go and take a look at your scores and see what you have to do this afternoon in order to get that cash. That points make.
So we will shortly get started with event 401. This is, as Wendy says, the boys 11 to 12-year-old 100 IM. We have 5 heats of this event this afternoon. So throughout the course of the afternoon, swimmers are reminded that the results will be announced by us, but will also go up in the 2 points that Wendy referred to. And medals should be collected from the medals table before you leave the venue. The final Pentaqua points will be announced after this afternoon's events. So please make sure you hang around if you think you're in the mix for a first, second or third place, so that you can collect the necessary envelope with the cash prize.
And the most important announcement that I forgot to say was that it will be myself, Wendy Kirk, and my colleague Jackie Smith taking you through this afternoon's session.
So this is heat 1 of 5, event 401. Lane 1, Callan Chesser, City of Glasgow. 2, Lachlan McLean, South Ayrshire. 3, Matthew Campbell, Western Bartonshire. 4, Ewan Black, Kilmarnock. 5, Max Stanbridge, South Ayrshire. 6, Calvin Kerr, Kirkintilloch and Kilsyth. And 7, Alexander Dale, Milngavie and Bearsden. And after the first turn, it is over in lane 1, the 11-year-old from City of Glasgow. Swim team, Callan Chesser, who has himself a substantial lead on the field. And he's going to turn at the halfway mark there. A turn in there in a time of 41.93. Lane 7, Alexander Dale turning second, 46.37. And middle of the pool, Ewan Black in 48.63 as we move into the breaststroke. So Callan Chesser has a substantial lead here as he comes up to the final turn in his event this afternoon. The Milngavie and Bearsden swimmer Alexander Dale looks fairly secure in second place at the moment, with a bit of a battle going on for third, although Alexander may well be being challenged by Matthew Campbell. Let's see what happens as we come out of the turn there. Alexander still has second place. As we look over to the other side of the pool, Callan Cheshire finishes his race this afternoon in a cracking time of 1:27.56 against an entry time of 1:56.28. And it is the Milngavie and Bears Den swimmer Alexander Dale second, Matthew Campbell from Western Bartonshire in third. Alexander's time 1:38.36. We'll just wait for the times to be. Yep, there we go. So there's Matthew's time now on the board in front of me. 1:40.10 to put him in third place, subject to official confirmation before we move on to Heat 2. And there we go. Callan Cheshire, Alexander Dale, Matthew Campbell, 1, 2 and 3.
And on to Heat 2. Lane 0, Gabrielle Stewart from Cumbernauld. Lane 1, Ewan Rendell, Milngavie and Bears Den. Lane 2, Noah Harvey, Renfrew Baths. Lane 3, Ethan Alexander, City of Glasgow. Lane 4, Charlie McLaughlin from Western Bartonshire. Lane 5, Tinham Baird, South Ayrshire. Lane 6, Dominic Darling, South Ayrshire. Lane 7, Harrison McMillan, Stirling Swim. Lane 8, Leo Newman, Milngavie and Bears Den. And lane 9, Oliver Archibald. Great start there from lane 7, Harrison McMillan from Stirling. Easily touching first as he converts into his last 50. And onto his breaststroke. And then over the top of the pool, just getting in there for second, lane 0, which is Gabrielle Stewart from Cumbernauld. But all swimmers seem to be picking up here in terms of Glasgow coming through in lane 3. That's Ethan Alexander. But well out in front is lane 7, Harrison from Stirling, who's having a cracking swim here. So who's going to get that breaststroke turn? As we see a wee bit of a demonstration swim here by Harrison, who's coming in with about half the pool in front. That's him got a finish there. Great swim there with a 1, 2, 3. And back over for second. I think it looks like lane 0 is going to just get it, but it could be any of these 4 boys coming through there as well. It could have been, Charlie McCollin as well. So I think it was just Gabrielle and Stewart in lane 0. And then Charlie McCollin in lane 4. Milliseconds between both of those boys. All times, though, coming in under their entry time. I'm just getting that confirmation. We have first Harrison McMillan with a 1, 2, 3. Second, Gabrielle Stewart. And third, Charlie McLaughlin.
And Heat 3, lane 0, Rory McMillan, Stirling Swim. 1, Daniel Letham, Cumbernauld. 2, Michael Odebito, City of Glasgow. 3, Gordon McLeod, Kilmarnock. 4, Nicodemus Mullins, Kingston. 5, Samuel McEwen, Cumbernauld. 6, Jenjen Bassika, Renfrew Baths. 7, Jack Robinson, City of Glasgow. 8, Lewis Relly, South Ayrshire. And 9, Matthew Darroch, Western Bartonshire. And it's Michael Odebuti. Oh, he just had the lead there, but that's been taken from him now. Lane 0, Rory McMillan from Stirling Swim. Just going to turn first there, just ahead of Daniel Letham. 39.29, 39.86 respectively. With Jack Robinson in lane 7 in third place. A time of 40.37. Let's see what's going to happen in this breaststroke. Rory McMillan is having a fantastic swim over there in lane 0. He has the advantage in the field as they come up to the final turn. Jack Robinson, I think, has got himself into second, but whether he can hold that in the final part of this race, but it's no doubt who's going to win this. He has himself a substantial lead now as he comes into the closing stages of the race. For him, Rory McMillan, the 12-year-old from Stirling Swim, lane 1. Daniel Letham, just touched out there, I think, by Jack Robinson, who got himself into second place. We'll just wait for those times to be updated, but that looks about right. 1:24.57 for Rory McMillan, 1:27.26 for Jack Robinson, and 1:27.42 for Daniel Letham. I think that's your 1, 2, and 3. We'll have that confirmed. There we go. Rory McMillan, Jack Robinson, Daniel Letham.
And heat 4. Lane 0, Kieran Naismith. Lane 1, Aidan Mooney. Lane 2, Kiro Borota. Lane 3, Jack Higney. Lane 4, Ollie Jeffords. Lane 5, Jack Kelvinhan. Lane 6, Mac Cochran. And lane 7, Martin Romix. Lane 8, Nicholas Sent. And lane 9, Zachary Dormer. Okay, and coming up to the halfway mark, we have in lane 6, we have Jack Kelvinhan touching first. Sorry, Max Cochran in lane 6, turning first. Lane 7 just getting a very good push off the wall there, and a better turn, which is putting him up against Max Cochran there. So Martin Romix is starting to come through as they are. Who's going to get the first turn here? I think that still is just Max, but Martin just very closely behind. And we also have in lane 2, Kiro Borta, who's stretching forward, and it looks like he has a good bit of power there to push forward. But lane 6, we've still got Max taking first. Yep, Max Cochran taking first there, and then Kirirolo Baruta in second with a 1:25.12, and then, and unfortunately we have had a disqualification in lane 7 for a technical infraction, so that will change the order. So just confirming that now, we have Max Cochran as first with a 1:23.33, Cairo Baruta as second, and Ollie Jeffords as third with a 1:25.32.
And heat 5, I beg your pardon, the final heat of event 401. Lane 0, Brodie Lydon, Kingston. 1, Murray Johnson, Ren 96. 2, Jasper Broom, South Ayrshire. 3, Ryan Krabby, Ren 96. 4, Nikolai Cisnet, City of Glasgow. 5, Stephen Nastyuk, Stranraer. 6, Tyler Morris, Stirling Swim. 7, Lance McMahon, Helensburgh. 8, Logan Moffat, Kirkintilloch and Kilsyth. And 9, Rory Stevenson, Falkirk Otter. And it is the City of Glasgow swimmer, Nikolai Cisner, who has taken an early and substantial lead here as the boys all come up, all turn and go into the breaststroke section of their IM. So in behind Nikolai, it is Tyler Morris just has the advantage over Stepan Nastyuk, but they are both battling hard to stay in that second position. I think Stepan's just going to turn first there ahead of the Stirling swimmer, but it is Nikolai Sesnet who is not going to be caught now as he comes into the closing meters of his race this afternoon. And he finishes there in a time of 1:11.50. Stepan Nastyuk touched second, 1:13.19, and Tyler Morris 1:13.94. Official results to confirm that as your 1, 2, and 3 should appear just shortly on the screens. There we go. Nikolai Cisnet, Stepans Nastiuk, Tyler Morris, 1, 2, and 3. As we move on to event 402, and it's the turn of the 13-year-old boys.
Okay, as Jackie said, we move up to the 13-year-olds. We've got 5 heats here, and this is heat 1. So in lane 1, we have Daniel Deacon from Kirkintilloch. Lane 2, Arjun Burrell from Falkirk. Lane 3, Harrison Mullen from South Ayrshire. Lane 4, Archie Johnston from Western Bartonshire. No show, lane 5. Lane 6, Jack Sutherland from Falkirk. And lane 7, Rory Nelson from Scotia. So all boys having a reasonable start here, and lane 2 has got an earlier an earlier position there in front, just turning first. So that's Arjun Burrow with a split there of 42.87. Next to him, lane 4 and the Scotia in lane 7 boy, where we have we have in Scotia, we have Rory, lane 7, and over in Western Bartonshire, lane 4, Archie Johnston. Looks like the Scotia, yeah, both turning at very similar points. So who's got it in the freestyle? So a clear winner there out in lane 2 with Arjun Burrow, bringing that home nicely, but it's all down to the front crawl and who's got the energy left for that last 5-10 metres. And it looks like so we've got Western Bartonshire swimmer coming forward with Archie Johnston just touching there for second, and Nelson Rory in Scotia for third. And that was a great time there, coming in at a 1:27 for Arjun Burrow at first with his entry time there at a 1:45. So either hasn't swum that for a long time or very, very good swim there. So just waiting for that to get confirmed. Yep, there we have Arjun Burrow was first, Archie Johnston second, and Harrison Mullen third. And that was 1, 2, and 3.
Heat 2, lane 0, Jack Fraser, Scotia. 1, Gerard Gonter, City of Glasgow. 2, Theo Sterica, South Ayrshire. 3, Craig Hartley, City of Glasgow. 4, Luke Mowat, Cumbernauld. 5, David Ness, South Ayrshire. Empty lane 6. 7, Brian Fitzpatrick, Western Bartonshire. 8, Soren Young, Stirling Swim. And an empty lane 9. And it's Gerard Gonter that has the early advantage over in lane 1. But coming up alongside him, Theo Sterica. As the boys come up to the halfway mark, Gerard's just ahead of Theo there. Although the board I'm seeing here shows Theo got that, 37.13. Gerard gone to 37.79, so very close between those two boys. But Gerard's beginning to make a move away from Theo in the centre of the pool. David Ness swimming well. He's got himself up, I think, into third as the boys come to the final turn. And it's Gerard Gonter, Theo Sterica, and David Ness. Let's see who's going to get this. Theo's moving ahead now. Moving ahead of Gerard. It's whether Gerard can keep his second place or whether the other South Ayrshire swimmer, David Ness, is going to get second. And indeed he does. So Theo Sterica, 1:21.79. David Ness, 1:22.33. I'm just going to wait for the board to update here because I think that was a soft touch in lane 1. I don't have a time at the moment, just to confirm the third place there. There we go, it's been updated now. So Gerard Gonter in third place, 1:23.62. Obviously the results are subject to official confirmation, so we'll await that. Bit of discussion happening rather there down on poolside. So we'll await to see the outcome of that. So, unfortunately, several disqualifications in that event, that heat. Disqualifications in lane 0, 4, 7 and 8 for technical infraction. Doesn't impact on the result, however. And there we are, Theo Sterica first, David Ness second, and Jared Gonter third.
Okay, moving on to the third heat, we have lane 0, Aidan Fraser from Western Bartonshire. Lane 1, Michael Gemmell from South Ayrshire. Lane 2, Brendan Wan from Renfrew Braths. Lane 3, Avon Dalton, Ren 96. No swimmer in lane 4 and lane 5, Jay McMinnon from Western Bartonshire. Lane 6, Caelan Cardy, Stirling Swim. Lane 7, Finlay Hiddleston, Dumfries. Lane 8, Kyle Sanderson from North Ayrshire. Lane 9, Ali Hattab, Dumfries. So looking over to the pool, we have first to turn there. Finlay Hiddleston from Dumfries in lane 7. But breaststroke other swimmers seem to be pulling up there, and we have lane 9, Ali Hattab, having a good breaststroke there and making some ground. I think he may be first to turn. Yep, I think he just gets the turn there with his colleague over in lane 7. Finlay Hiddleston in second, both from Dumfries. So both colleagues will know the strengths of each of their strowers. I think it's just coming down to both these boys, Finlay and Ali. And I think, gosh, Finlay just touched there with a 1:16.4, and then Ali in lane 9 from Dumfries, so both colleagues and teammates with a 1:16.57. Excellent race by both boys. And then in third we had Caelan Cardy in lane 6 with a 1:20.21. Confirmed? And that's it confirmed. Finlay Hiddleston, lane 1. First place. Ali Hattab in second place. And Ivid Dalton, third place.
And we move on to Heat 4, Lane 0, Dean Binney, North Ayrshire, 1, Andrew Patterson, City of Glasgow, 2, Riley Griffin, Adrian Monklands, 3, Joe Crawford, Scotia, 4, Hamish Maxwell, 5, Kyle Harper, both South Ayrshire, empty lane 6, 7, George Dimnowski, Stranraer, 8, Aaron Russell, and 9, Callum Struzik, both Belt Hill Sharks. And it is in the centre of the pool, lane 5. Kyle Harper, the 13-year-old from South Ayrshire, who has taken an early lead ahead of his fellow clubmate, Hamish Maxwell, as they both go into the breaststroke. Let's see who's got the strongest stroke here. As we can see Kyle Harper beginning to move away, but Hamish is not going to let him go. In behind them, George Zimnowski from Stranraer, I think, is in third at the moment, as the two South Ayrshire boys turn almost simultaneously together and head for home. Who has got the strongest stroke on this final leg of their 100 IM? And it looks like it's going to be Hamish Maxwell. He's got the advantage over Kyle Harper, and he's going to maintain that. Indeed he does, finishing there in a time of 1:13.41. Kyle Harper 1:13.90. And the Stranraer swimmer, George Zimnowski, in third place, 1:15.08. So that... There we are, that's the official results for Heat 4, and we move on to the final heat of event 402.
the final heat of this event. We have lane 0, Callan Forsyth, South Ayrshire. Lane 1, Daniel Henry, City of Glasgow. Lane 2, Finlay Bennett, Rutherglen. Lane 3, Vaser Vandermoel, Stirling Swim. Lane 4, Lachlan Small, Stirling Swim. Lane 5, Ethan Collins, Bells Hill. Lane 6, Kyle Connolly, City of Glasgow. Lane 7, Kyle Mossman, City of Glasgow. And lane 8, Adam Merrick, Cumbernauld. Lane 9, Ewan Nelson, Cumbernauld. So this is going to be a tight race between these three boys, I think, in the middle here. We have in lane 5 taking the lead Ethan Collins from Bells Hill, but closely followed by Lachlan Small from Stirling. But turning on that breast, it is going to be Ethan Collins. But very tight is Lachlan Small. Who's got this in the freestyle? This is a battle between Stirling and Bells Hill. Ethan Collins just nudging ahead. But Lachlan Small not wanting to give up. I think Ethan's just going to get the touch. Oh. Now this board is showing me a joint first of a 105.52 between Lachlan Small and Ethan Collins. Now that was exciting, everyone. And third place there was Fraser van der Meulen with a 108.54. All good PBs there, but we'll see what the confirmation comes through as to whether or not we have two joint first here. Here we go. Oh, that was a disappointment. No confirmed board there. We'll come back to that. Okay, we will get the results for you on that last event. I know that was very exciting. But we move across now to the girls, the 11 to 12 50-meter freestyle. So this is all we're going to speed the event up with our 50s. We have lane 2, Alice Call, lane 3, Ava McGonfrill, lane 4, Martina Marslak, lane 5, Julie Worley Ross, lane 6, Alexander Cook, and lane 7, Cara Mullen.
And it is lane 4, Martina Marzalek, who has led this race from the beginning, and she's going to touch in first, several body lengths ahead of Alice Coyle in lane 2. So let's see, all the times are a bit, hang on, there we go. So Martina Marzalek, 38.68, Alice Coyle, 43 exactly, and Ava McConville, 45.98. I think you're 1, 2, and 3. Hopefully we'll get confirmation of that before we proceed to the next heat. And so there we are. We do get official confirmation of those finishing order and times for the three girls, Martina, Alice, and Ava. And we move on to heat 2. And heat 2, lane 0, Kate James, 1, Louise Williamson, Kayla Smith, Rachel Robertson, Phoebe Lanigan, Amy Jameson, Kyla Magohi, Mia Campbell, Emma Miller, and Molly Priest.
Okay, good mix of 11 and 12s in this event. Nice turn there from lane 2, which we have Kyla Smith from Glasgow, City of Glasgow, taking a convincing lead here. So this is going to be her race as she comes in and finishes really strong. And then we've got two other Glasgow City girls, both coming through for second. Yep, just touching there on second. Lane 6, which was Kyla McGaughley, and lane 7 was Mia Campbell, coming in as third with a 42.19. We'll just wait for that to check because I actually think it was lane 1 Louisa Williamson there. Here we go, we'll just get the confirmation. Kyla Smith was in first place, then Kyla McGaughley and Phoebe Langland in third place there for that 1, 2 and 3. Heat 3, lane 0, Sophie Sheridan. Lane 1, Isla Stevenson. Lane 2, Gabrielle McCormick. Lane 3, Olivia Bain. Lane 4, Frankie Durham. Lane 5, Amy Starr. Lane 6, Sarah Patrick. Lane 7, Gemma Hill. No swimmer, lane 8. Lane 9, Amy McRae Campbell.
So at the turn there, it's lane 3. Just has the advantage over the field. Olivia Bain from Renfrew Bath. But she is being challenged by the Western Bartonshire swimmer Sarah Patrick. For that, it's whether or not she can hold Sarah off as they come into the final. And I think Sarah got that. Indeed she did, 37.70. So just touched out Olivia Bain, 37.87. Just looking for third place, but I think it was actually lane 9, Amia McRae Campbell, in a time of 39.43. Not all the times are being shown on the board in front of me at the moment. So just wait for the official confirmation. There we go. Sarah Patrick, Olivia Bain, Amia McRae Campbell are your 1, 2 and 3. Heat 4, lane 0, Elizabeth Fullard, Alice Moss, Lucy Adamson, Charlotte Adair, Cardellen Archbold, Jessica Lafferty, Charlotte Magudici, Emma Patterson, Louisa McNeish and Dana von Mueller.
Okay, as the girls turn there, I think we've got lane 7 just turning first there. That was Emma Patterson from City of Glasgow. But getting challenged there over in lane 3, Charlotte Adair from North Ayrshire. This is it's going to be the Glasgow girl though. It's going to be Emma Patterson just touching there. Second, Charlotte Adair. And third just beside her, Carden Archibald for third place. All girls getting PBs there, with entry times a couple of seconds beyond what they've just achieved. So well done. And just wait for this to get updated. So first was Emma Patterson, second Charlotte Adair, and third was Cardella Archibald. And on to lane 5, heat 5, lane 0, Sophie Aikenhead, lane 1, Mia Ecaps, lane 2, Erin Hughes, lane 3, Anna McRae, lane 4, Louisa Davis, lane 5, Ria Uchi Sherry, lane 6, Abigail Borland, lane 7, Erin Hastings, lane 8, Alice Adam, lane 9, Megan Harrity.
Fairly tight here, but it was the South Ayrshire girl, Anna McRae, who turned first there. And as she comes into the final meters, she is does still have the advantage. She is being challenged by Rena Iguchi-Sherry, but she does touch first. So that's Anna McRae first in a time of 35.34. Rena Iguchi-Sherry, 36.02. And in third place it was, as the board updates itself there, Alice Adam in a time of 36.16. And heat 6, lane 0, Anna Walker, Isla Purcell, Sophie Haining, Ava Ferretti, Christina Grubb, Ruby Hunter, Rose Smith, Charlotte Shanks, empty lane 8, Lucy McGovern, lane 9.
Great start to all the girls there. I think just beside me we've got lane 9 and lane 7, Lucy McGovern and Charlotte Shanks. Just turning, but it's now reversed over. We have the two girls, Anna Walker in lane 0 and lane 1, Isla Purcell, and lane Ava Ferretti there. I think just pitched, sorry, Isla Purcell in lane 1 got first there. Ava Ferretti second in lane 3. And third, just beside her, in between their both those swimmers, was Sophie Hanning with a 35.22 for third. So I think that was Isla coming in there at 34.58. Yep, that's Isla Purcell for first, 34.58. Second, Ava Ferretti, 34.91. And third was Sophie Hanning, with a 35.22. Heat 7, lane 0, Bethan Gibb, lane 1, Alana Redpath, lane 2, Madison Smith, lane 3, Florence Taylor, lane 4, Sarah Lee, lane 5, Charlotte Smith, lane 6, Cara Broadley, lane 7, Erin Purden, lane 8, Rachel Cameron, and lane 9, Abby White.
And it was the lanes 2 and lane 6, I think, there, went into the turn almost together. So it's who had the better results off the wall there. Looks like it's the South Ayrshire swimmer in lane 2, Madison Smith, who just has the advantage over this. Oh, very tight there for second place. Charlotte Smith, Cara Broadley, both battling right to the end there, but it was Cara Broadley that got the touch into second place, just behind Madison Smith. So Madison Smith's time, 33.23. Cara Broadley, 33.71. And Charlotte Smith, 33.72. Very tight there, girls. And heat 8, lane 0, Grace Blair, Sarah McGuffey, Isla Russo, Sarah Maguire, Rose Gurley, Annabelle Lapping, Ava Murdoch, Ekvira Singh, Imogen Siebers, and Tara McIntyre.
I think that's just Annabelle Lapping, and just beside her, Ava Murdoch getting the turn there, but very tight with these girls. And then you have over in lane 2, Ilsa Roussel. Lane 0, Grace Blair is also coming out. Could be anything on these four. Is it Annabelle Lapping? Is she just going to touch? I think she does. Yeah, Annabelle Lapping from Mulgai and Bearsden. Second, Ava Murdoch. And third place there was Ilsa Roussel with a 33.49. Just waiting to get that confirmed. Great PB there for Annabelle Lapping. 33.16. Inch time was 33.34. So that's first Annabelle Lapping. First Ava Murdoch second with a 33.45, and Ilsa Roussel at 33.49. 1, 2, and 3. Heat 9, lane 0, Elsa Newstead, lane 1, Erin Lamy, lane 2, Amy Rowell, lane 3, Ava Pettigrew, lane 4, Ava Steele, lane 5, Rebecca Waters, lane 6, Rebecca Mallon, lane 7, Neve Moore, lane 8, Abigail Fagan, lane 9, Eva Gibson.
And at the turn there, it was Amy Rowell, City of Glasgow swimmer, went into that with the advantage. She's taken a lead now, body length, as she comes into the final metres of her race this afternoon. In behind her, it's the Falkirk Otter swimmer, Ava Steele. And then Abigail Fagan in lane 8 in third place. So we have Amy Rowell's time, 31.13. And she'll be pleased with that. Ava Steele, 32.68. And Abigail Fagan, 33.02. I think are your 1, 2, and 3. And there we go. That's that confirmed. Move on to Heat 10. And Heat 10, Lane 0, Connie Hart, Brooke Stevenson, Oleth Jeffrey, Lauren Dunlop, Hannah McCaig, Beth Armitt, Gracie Haddo, Lula Milne, Melissa Rimmer, and Lucy Taylor.
I think Beth Armitt there in lane 5, just turning, but both colleagues beside her from South Ayrshire, Hannah McCaig and Gracie Haddo, still pushing forward. And then the outside lane, you've got Connie Hart giving a good push here as well in lane 0, and lane 9, Lucy Taylor. Lucy Taylor coming back well. No, I think that was the South Ayrshire girls. That was Gracie Haddo in lane 6. And then Lucy Taylor just pipping in there from the outside in lane 9 in the second. Great swim. And third, Hannah McCrae in with a 32.50 from lane 4. Just getting that confirmed. That's Gracie Haddo first with a 31.85, Lucy Taylor second with a 31.96, and Hannah McCrae 32.50. 1, 2, and 3. Last heat of this event, lane 0, Eva Anderson, 1, Rebecca Marsh, 2, Eva Gordon, 3, Orla Campbell, 4, Katja Morton, 5, Amber Hinton, 6, Charlotte Craig, 7, Amy Dobson, 8, Isadora Holmes, and 9, Abby Henderson.
And it's the Dumfries swimmer, Amber Hinton, who had a good start there, took the lead, gone into the turn in the lead and has come out in the lead. She's reading the field home there. The battle's on for second place. City of Glasgow swimmer alongside her. Caitlin Morton, I think, got there in second. The time show, yep, there we go. That's updated. Amber Hinton first, 29.35. Caitlin Morton, 30.13. And Amy Dobson, 31.17. The Kingston swimmer in third place. So we'll now move on to the event 404, and it's the turn of the 13-year-old girls, 50-meter freestyle. We have 8 heats. That's the official. And this is heat 1 of 8. Lane 2, Grace Cooper. 3, Isabella Brown, Madison Gurley, Merle Dalcho, Amelie Lapthorne, Amy McGladryn. Gun.
Okay. So on to the 13-year-olds here. First to turn. I think that's just on the outside, Grace Cooper there in lane 2. Who's just pushing ahead. Very close beside her in lane 4. We have Madison Gorley from North Ayrshire. Madison seems to be pushing forward and could make this her heat if she just keeps going. Yep, Madison Gorley just getting that touch there for North Ayrshire's first. And then we have a dead heat for second. Grace Cooper in lane 2 and Bella Brown just beside her from Helensburgh with a 39.51 as joint second. Meaning Marilyn Dalshaw in lane 5 would be third place or fourth with a 42.41. Just get that confirmed. Can I do a result?
Just a few results there. Event 401, the boys 11-year-old 100 IM. First place, Rory Stevenson, Falkirk. 2, Daniel Letham, Cumbernauld. 3, Callan Chesser, City of Glasgow.
And that was Madison that got first, with Grace Cooper and Bella as joint second and third.
The boys 12-year-old 100 IM. First place, Nikolai Cisnet, City of Glasgow. Stephens Nastiuk, Stranraer second. Tyler Morris, Stirling Swim third. And it was indeed a joint first place in the boys 13-year-old 100 IM. First place goes to Lachlan Small.
Heat 2, we have lane 0, Evie Dunlop. Lane 1, Megan Morrick. Lane 2, Emma Riddle. Lane 3, Gillian Turriff. Lane 4, Sophie Curry. Lane 5, Chloe McCullum. Lane 6, Amy Stewart. Lane 7, Alana Gillard. And lane 8, Abigail Faulkner.
And it was a South Ayrshire swimmer, Amy Stewart, who led the field into the turn there, but she is now being challenged. Alana Gilliland from Stranraer has now taken the advantage, but we need to look over to Megan Merrick, City of Glasgow, lane 1, but it was the Stranraer swimmer, Alana Gilliland, that took first place there, 35.46, Megan Merrick, 35.49, and in the middle of the pool, lane 4, Sophie Curran, 36.30. So just to finish there, event 402, joint first, Lachlan Small, Stirling Swim, Ethan Collins, Bells Hill Shark, and third place, Fraser van der Meulen, Stirling Swim. So just look for the official confirmation of the finishing order of Heat 2. And there we go. And Heat 3, lane 0, Olivia Dimnock, Hannah Adair, Heather Wood, Lily Marsden, Jamie Steventon, Sophie Cuthbertson, Kimberly Cameron, Louisa Dale, Kavya Shetty, and Lucy Crampin.
Okay, all these swimmers are going to be trying to beat a 35 for this 50. All entry times very similar. And we have the Kirkintilloch swimmer taking the lead there in lane 2, Heather Wood. And over on the other side, we have the Ren 96, Kanya Shetty. I think it was Heather Wood in lane 2, then Kavya Shetty in lane 8 for second with a 33.39, and third there was Kimberly Cameron, 33.96. So lots of times under that 35, which is great. And just getting that confirmed, that was first Heather Wood, second Kavya Shetty, and third Kimberly Cameron, 1, 2, and 3. Heat 4, lane 0, Ellen Barbary, lane 1, Amelia Campbell, lane 2, Evia Cairnless, lane 3, Neve McCauley, lane 4, Erin Tom, lane 5, Sophie Stark, lane 6, Alice Toms, lane 7, Lucy Fife, lane 8, Sophie Murney, and lane 9, Alice Johns.
And it's the 13-year-old from Milngavie Bearsden, Amelia Campbell, over there in lane 1, who has taken the early lead, the lead here, went into the turn in the lead, and has built on that as she comes in to finish her race this afternoon. And in behind her, Alicia Thompson from Cumbernauld. Amelia Campbell, 32.57. Alicia Thompson, 33.09. And just look for the third place, Sophie Stark in 33.51 in third place from Milngavie Bearsden. So Heat 5, lane 0, Neve Scott, Katia Wilson, Abby McMillan, Anna Dunlop, Jenna Aikenhead, Amy McCready, empty lane 6, Molly Tulloch, Jessica Hill, Lucy Bell.
Okay, the bonus swimmers had a really good start there over this side of the pool in lane 8 and 9. How have they come out the pool? Yeah, we've still got the bonus pool swimmer Jessica Hill. Just edging ahead, lane 4 though, Jenna Aikenhead is giving her a run for her money. But it is going to be Jessica Hill's touch. And then Jenna Aikenhead in lane 4, and Molly Tulloch gets third there with a 32.15. Great swim there by the bonus swimmer Jessica Hill with a 31.01, which is a 3-second PB on a 50. Awesome swim. Just confirming Jessica Hill for 1, Jenna Aikenhead for second, and Molly Tulloch for third place, 1, 2, and 3. Heat 6, lane 0, Iris Ware, lane 2, Olivia Caldwell, lane 2, No Show, lane 3, Madison Lech, lane 4, Olivia Russell, lane 5, Anna Betham, lane 6, Katie Gillis, lane 7, Lucy Hunter, lane 8, Ailsa King, lane 9, Isabel Collingwood.
And it's lane 5 who went into the turn ahead, but she is now being challenged alongside lane 4, Olivia Russell from Cumbernauld, but it's lane 8, Ailsa King, Ren 96, who takes that one from one of the outside lanes. Time there, 30.92. In behind her, Olivia Russell, 31.36. And in lane 0, Iris Ware took 3rd place, 31.52. There we are, that's that confirmed. Lanes 9, lane 0, and the middle of the pool there in 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place. And heat 7, Lisa McNair, lane 0, Cara White, Evie Chan, empty lane 3, Ava Ross, Abigail Crawford, Chloe Semple, Emily Dawson, Iona Hickson, and Ella Cunningham.
Okay, these girls are going to be trying to get underneath that 30. That's their snags qualifying time, so they'll be all going for it here. And in lane 1, we have Cara White taking a wee bit of a better push off that wall. Very close to Evie Chan, just beside her, but in the centre you have Abigail Crawford and Eva Ross, and the two City girls, with Abigail Crawford just getting the touch there as first. I think that was Eva Ross then in 4th, but I'll just wait for that to come through. Actually, it was Eva Ross, I think, that got the touch over Abigail Crawford there on times. Just get that confirmed. Yep, just not getting under that 30, but Eva Ross on 1st, 30.06. Abigail Crawford 2nd, 30.39. Eva Chan 3rd, 30.42. 1, 2, and 3. Last heat of this event, we have lane 0, Anna Campbell, lane 1, Molly Billing, lane 2, Kaylee Dixon, lane 3, Gina Wren, lane 4, Molly Elverin Watson, lane 5, Eva Mackey, lane 6, Davy McMinnis, lane 7, Ciara Finnison, lane 8, Chloe Kirk, and lane 9, Emma Binney.
And I think that may just have been Evie Mackey who turned first there. She is certainly leading as we're coming down to the finish line here. Alongside her, Molly Irving Watson, Shamstran Ra, but it was Evie Mackey in 1st there. Molly Irving Watson 2nd, and 3rd goes to Daisy McInnes. So Evie Mackey's time there, 28.63. Molly Irving Watson, 28.76. Just as the board updates me to give me Daisy McInnes' time in 3rd place of 29.30. So we now move on to the boys 11 to 12 50 metre freestyle, event 405. We have 6 heats of this event this afternoon before we move on to the 13-year-old boys, and then it will be the turn of the girls and boys for the breaststroke 50 metres this afternoon, which will finish off our programme for this weekend. So this is heat 1. In lane 3, Noah Sands, Kirkintilloch and Kilsyth. Alongside his clubmate in lane 4, Logan Meakin. Also, as I said, Kirkintilloch and Kilsyth. And 5, Noah Harvey, Renfrew Bath.
Okay, ball 3 boys here are 11, so some of our younger boys up first. Just taking that turn, it's Logan Meakin in lane 4 there. Contesting him, though, is Noah Harvey, who wants it more. And I think Noah just now is saying, I want this race more than Logan Meakin. He's coming through and fighting. So who's going to get the touch? No, Logan Meakin manages just to hold that with a 41.72, with Noah Harvey with a good gutsy swim there with 41.82. And as Noah Sands just comes in and completes his swim for third on that heat. And Noah has got an absolutely fabulous PB there. His entry time was a 46.56, and that was a 41. 5 seconds off. Well done, you. So that's first Logan, then Noah, and then okay, lane 0, Ewan Black. Lane 1, Matthew Campbell. Lane 2, Matt Strandbridge. Lane 3, Ethan Alexander. Lane 4, Ewan Randall. Lane 5, Blaine Russell. Lane 6, Calvin Kerr. Lane 7, Lachlan McLean. Lane 8, Oliver Archibald. And lane 9, Callum Hercules.
And it is Callum Hackius, the Kingston swimmer, who went into the turn there ahead of the field, but he has lost that advantage now, and it moves through to Blair Russell from Bales Hill Shark in the centre of the pool. He had a good turn there. He's got himself ahead and is about a body length ahead of the Milngavie and Bears Den swimmer alongside him, Ewan Rendell, and that is Blair Russell's race, touching there first, Ewan Rendell second. So Blair's time 36.96, Ewan Rendell 38.78, and in third place Callum Hackius in 38.88. There we go, that's that confirmed for us as we move on to Heat 3. And Heat 3, Lane 0, Gabriel Stewart, Gordon McLeod, Nicodemus Mulemans, Callan Chesser, Alexander Dale, Charlie McColgan, Leo Noonan, Robbie McCallum, Tynam Baird, and Samuel Roll.
Good start this end of the pool from Samuel Roll. But all boys turning pretty much spot on. But yes, Samuel Roll in lane 9 has got a wee bit of an advantage there in lane 3 though. Callan Chester from City of Glasgow, I think, has just got the edge there. 2 City of Glasgow boys. Who's going to touch? Very close there. I think Callan Chester just got that. 34.44 with his teammate Samuel Roll at 34.6 for second. And third was Nicodemus Mulemans, 36.07 for third. Just get that confirmed. So first place, Callan Chester, 34.44. Samuel Roll second, 34.60, and Nicodemus in third place. Heat 4 of the boys, lane 0, Samuel McEwen, lane 1, Kieran Naismith, lane 2, Jason Baxter, lane 3, Michael Odabodo, lane 4, Matthew Darrach, lane 5, Lewis Reilly, lane 6, Kilo Borto, lane 7, Dominic Darling, lane 8, Aidan Mooney, lane 9, Jack Robinson.
So at the turn there, Michael Odabitu is taken the advantage over the field, but Jack Robinson's coming back here in lane 9, as is Matthew Darrach. All very tight at the finish there, and in fact it was lane 9, Jack Robinson, one of the outside lanes there, took first, 34.57. Michael Odebetu, 34.63. Matthew Darrach just in behind him in a time of 34.90. And Heat 5, Lane 0, Ollie Jefford, Zachary Dormer, Rory McMillan, Jack Higney, Murray Johnson, Martin Romix, Rory Stevenson, Jack Kevlahan, Harrison McMillan and Daniel Leatham.
Okay, very tight here. Your guess is as good as mine on that turn. All going off at the same time. So who's got the extra power? I think it's coming in from lane 1 there, Zachary Dormer. Starting to push ahead, but we also have in lane 4, Murray Johnston. Murray Johnston coming through. Murray Johnston gets the touch. Then Harrison McMillan comes in with a great finish there for second. And third, just beside him, was Jack Kilverhan. All very tight there. Just with Murray Johnston at that end getting a 32.50. So for first place, and then second, Zachary Dorman with 33.06, and Rory McMillan with a 33.32 for your first, second and third. Last heat of this age group, lane 0, Nicholas Ascent, lane 1, Jasper Broom, lane 2, Brodie Lydon, lane 3, Ryan Krabby, lane 4, Nicholas Sinnott, lane 5, Stephens Nicholas, lane 6, Lance McMahon, lane 7, Tyler Morris, lane 8, Logan Moffat, lane 9, Max Cochran.
And as we've seen earlier today, Nikolai Sinnott got started off with a good lead there, and he's built on that as he comes in to finish his race this afternoon in a time of... Board's not updating itself, I beg your pardon. Time there, 26.72 for Nikolai. In behind him, Tyler Morris, 29.75. And Brodie Lydon in third, 30.47. I think that's the finishing order there. Very tight behind Nikolai. Nikolai says that 26.72. Tyler Morris and Brodie Lydon, second and third. That completes... So this is event 406, heat 1 of 5. Lane 0, Daniel Deakin, Jack Sutherland, Archie Johnson. Empty lanes 3 and 4, Jack Fraser, Harrison Mullen, Craig Hartley and Arjun Burrow.
Okay, as we've moved over, as Jackie said, to the 13-year-olds there. Looks like it's the other end of the pool there in lane 2. We have Archie Johnston from Western Bartonshire, but over this side we have a battle going on, just getting the touch there from the city, Glasgow City, Craig Hartley and Arjun Burrow just behind him, both 34s. So that was Craig Hartley in lane 7, 34.65, and Arjun Burrow 34.72 for second. And third was lane 2, Archie Johnston with a 35.10. And that is your first, second and third. Just while we're getting that confirmed. Yeah, that's it, confirmed. So that's Craig Hartley, 34.65. Arjun Burrow for second. Archie Johnston for third. Heat 2, lane 0, Luke Mowat. Lane 1, Soren Young. Lane 2, Hugh O'Halloran. Lane 3, Jay McKillen. Lane 4, Avon Dorland. Lane 5, Andrew Patterson. Lane 6, Joshua Cumming. Lane 7, Brian Fitzpatrick. And lane 8, Adam Murray.
And it was Joshua Cumming, the Bellshill Shark swimmer, who went into the turn there in the lead. He still has that advantage as the boys are coming down to the final meters of their race this afternoon. He has managed to hold them off. So that is Joshua Cumming first in a time of 31.19. Andrew Patterson second, 31.75. And third, Jay McKinnon, 31.81. There's a disqualification in lane 2 for a technical infraction. And there we are, Joshua Cumming, Andrew Patterson, Jay McKinnon, 1, 2 and 3. Heat 3, lane 0, Kaylin Cardy, Joe Crawford, Dean Binney, Ali Hattab, Michael Gemmell, Theo Sterica, Aidan Fraser, David Ness, Brandon Wong and Gerard Gonta.
Okay, touching there. Lane 8, Brandon Wong from Renfrew Baths. I think just got the turn, but is over in lane 3. Ali Hattab, he's having a great swim today. He's coming in through and he'll get the touch for first. Yep, 29 under that 30 seconds. And then we've got David Ness in lane 7, Brandon Wong in lane 8 for your 1, 2 and 3. Well done, Ali, for getting under that 30 seconds. Good 2-second PB there for you, which you'll be pleased about. Just get that confirmed. There you are, Ali Hattab for first, 29.88. Second, David Ness, 31.05. And Brendan Wong for third. Heat 4. Lane 1, Daniel Henry. Lane 2, Ewan Nielsen. No show, lane 3. Lane 4, Riley Griffin. Lane 5, Kyle Sanderson. Lane 6, Aaron Russell. Lane 7, Finlay Hiddleston. Lane 8, George Jakubowiski. Lane 9, Callum Strucken.
And I think it was the Bells Hill Shark swimmer Aaron Russell that went into the turn first there, but he's being challenged by Daniel Henry over in lane 1. Dumfries swimmer Finlay Henderson was in the mix there as well. Let's have a look and see what happened. It was, in fact, Finlay that got the touch, 28.68. Second place, Aaron Russell, 28.74. And third, Daniel Henry, 29.02. So Finlay, Aaron, Daniel, 1, 2 and 3. All right. Ooh, this will be fast. I'll try and go fast. Heat 5, lane 0, Kyle Connolly, Adam Merrick, Callan Forsyth, Fraser van der Meulen, Lachlan Small, Kyle Harper, Hamish Maxwell, Ethan Collins, Kyle Mossman and Finlay Bennett.
Okay, as they turn, this is going to be a really tight one here. We know that Lachlan, Fraser and Kyle are all going to be trying to beat one another in the centre of that pool, but on the outside we have Kyle O'Connell as well. But coming through, it is Fraser. Sorry, that was Lachlan Small making that through. Just behind was Fraser van der Meulen. And then third was Kyle Harper. Boys, that's a fantastic race. Well done, all three of you. Get that confirmed for your first, second and third.
Just read the results there of event 404, the girls 13-year-old 50-metre freestyle. First place, Evie Mackey-Lannock, Molly Irvin-Watson Stranraer second, and Daisy McInnes, City of Glasgow, third.
And that is confirmed. Lachlan Small is first under his entry time of 26.71. Then Fraser van der Meulen 27.53. Kyle Harper third. That is your 1, 2 and 3, and that concludes the boys 50 free. Okay, we take it down a wee notch again. We go to the younger girls, and it's over to the breaststroke. So this is our first heat of 10 heats. So we have in lane 3, Cara Mullen from Adrian Monkhouse, as I've got some time to say the clubs. Lane 5, we have Sarah Patrick, Western Bartonshire, and lane 6, we have Julie Worley-Ross from Stirling Swim.
And it's the 12-year-old from Western Bartonshire, Sarah Patrick, who went into the turn ahead with the advantage. She still has the advantage over Kiara Mullen and then Julie Worley-Ross. So the entry times here, that Sarah Patrick's under 1 minute. The other girls will be looking to get themselves underneath that. But as we come into the final meters of their 50-metre race this afternoon, it is Sarah Patrick, the 12-year-old from Western Bartonshire, who finishes first in a time there of 54.37. In behind her, Kiara Mullen and Julie Worley-Ross. All girls improving on their entry times. Kiara Mullen getting herself under 1 minute. Well done, Sarah Patrick. Significant improvement on her entry time as well.
And just while we're waiting for that to be confirmed, the event 403, girls 11-year-old 50 free. I'd just like that to confirm.
So that's the Heat 1 confirmed. Sarah Patrick, Kiara Mullen, Julie Worley-Ross, 1, 2 and 3. Heat 2, Lane 0, Alice Moss, Amy Starr, Imogen Siebers, Amia McRae Campbell, Louisa McNeish, Rachel Robertson, Sophie Sheridan, beg your pardon, Florence Taylor, Phoebe Lanigan, and Martina Mazalek.
Okay, just to finish on those results quickly before we head to the pool, we have the girls 11-year-old. First, Lula Milne from City of Glasgow. Second was Annabelle Lamping, Mulgine Bearsden. And third was Isla Roselle from Renfrew Baths. Looking over to the pool. So we have lane 7 just taking an edge here and coming in to finish with this. That's Florence Taylor from Glasgow City, just touching there with a 48.08. And then second was Amia Marie Campbell from, again, her colleague teammate from City of Glasgow in second with a 40. Oh, sorry, it looks like that was actually Imogen in lane 2 with a 49.60. Just get that confirmed and updated. Yeah. We have Florence Taylor with 48.08, and then we had Imogen Sabers 49.6, and then Amma Marie Campbell for third. And we move on to Heat 3. In lane 0, we have Elizabeth Fullard. No show in lane 1. Lane 2, Sarah McGulfley. Lane 3, Sophie Aikenhead. Lane 4, Ruth Thompson. Lane 5, Gabrielle McCormack. Lane 6, Charlotte Adair. Lane 7, Louise Williamson. Lane 8, Amy Jameson. And lane 9, Erin Hughes.
And I think it's lane 9 possibly that went into the turn there ahead. But out of that, yeah, lane 7, Louise Williamson just has the advantage, but she is being challenged by her teammate over in lane 4, Ruth Thompson. And Ruth, I think, now has the advantage over her as they come into the closing meters. I think this will be all on the touch here. And I think that was Ruth Thompson in first, 51.09. Louise Williamson, 51.23. And Sarah McGuffrey, 51.62. I think are your finishing order there. So event 403 results, 12-year-old girls 50-meter freestyle. The official results there have confirmed for Heat 3, Amber Hinton, Dumfries, Caitlin Morton, City of Glasgow, Eva Gordon, City of Glasgow. And Heat 4, Lane 0, Kate James, Jessica Lafferty, Lucy Adamson, empty Lane 3, Rose Gurley, Gemma Hill, Cara Broadley, Emma Miller, Olivia Bain, and Dana von Muller.
Okay, good start there from Lane 6. We have Cara Broadley from Stirling Swim, just turning first there. And Lane 8 is trying to push forward there, Olivia Bain from Renfrew Baths. But I think we should be watching Lane 4. She looks as though she wants to come through and is pushing through. That's Lane 4, Rose Gurley. We have Lane 4 and Lane 8 challenging for second place, but it is Carla Broadley's race. And then just waiting for the board to catch up. Yep. I'm just going to wait until that, because I think that was Lane 8 over Lane 9 as the board is showing just now for second. think that was Carla. Broadway is definitely first place there with a 46.8. Rose Gurley in lane 4, 48.6 as second. And we'll just wait for that third one to be confirmed officially. Meanwhile, on the 405 event, boys 11.53, we have the results. First, Zachary Dormy. Second, from Falkirk. Second was Rory Stevenson from Falkirk. And third was Callum Chester from City of Glasgow. And the boys 12-year-old. First, we have Nicholas Sinnett from Glasgow City. And just going to hold off on this and get this. That was Carla, just to go back to the event in hand, Carla Broadway for first, Rose Gurley for second, and Olivia Bain was third. Okay, just to finish on that results, we have the boys Nicola Sidnett from Glasgow City, Tyler Morris, Stirling Swim, and third was Brodie Linden, Kingston. Okay, on to Heat 5. We have lane 0, Emma Patterson. No show, lane 1. Lane 2, Anna McRae. Lane 3, Ruby Hunter. Lane 4, Charlotte Shanks. Lane 5, Rebecca Malik. Lane 6, Frankie Duran. Lane 7, Isa Pulsell. Lane 8, Lauren Dunlop. And lane 9, Kyla McGaughley.
And I think that was Lauren Dunlop and Anna McRae that both went into the wall almost together there. So let's see who's got what they've got coming back down the home straight, as we see Isla Purcell from Western Bartonshire beginning to move ahead of Lauren Dunlop. But it is the South Ayrshire swimmer, I think, over in lane 2. Anna McRae, lane 7, coming through fast as well. It's all going to be on the touch here. And in fact, it was the Western Bartonshire swimmer, Isla Purcell, touched there first in a time of 48.66, just ahead of Anna McRae, 48.82. And third, I think, goes to Emma Patterson in lane 0, but I'm looking for official confirmation here. There we go. Isla Purcell, Anna McRae, Emma Patterson, and Emma's time 48.95. And heat 6, lane 0, Lucy McGovern, Gracie Haddo, Cardellen Archbold, Alana Redpath, Rena Iguchi-Sherry, empty lane 5, Rachel Cameron, Abby White, Kayla Smith, and Erin Purden.
Good start in lane 8 from Kyla Smith from City of Glasgow. I think she's going to be first to take that turn, with next to her in lane 7, Abby White. But yeah, good push off the wall there and is retaining that lead. So that's lane 8, Kyla Smith from City of Glasgow. But over in the other side of the pool, we have Gracie Haddo in lane 1, pushing through from South Ayrshire. And the other City of Glasgow girl in lane 4, we have Rena as well. But first there was Kayla Smith with a 43.65. And then, not sure if Rena got that as a second, so I'll wait till that gets turned up. Thought it was Gracie Haddo.
Results for event 406, the boys 13-year-old 50-metre freestyle. First, Lachlan Small. Second, Fraser van der Meulen, both Stirling Swim, and Kyle Harper, South Ayrshire, third.
Yep, so it was Kayla Smith in first with a 43.65. Rena Ugo-Sherry for second. Heat 7, lane 0, Melissa Rimmer. Lane 1, Sarah Maguire. Lane 2, Rebecca Waters. Lane 3, Christina Grubb. Lane 4, Charlotte Smith. Lane 5, Lucy Taylor. Lane 6, Connie Hart. Lane 7, Annabelle Lapping. Lane 8, Eva Gibson. And lane 9, Ava Pettigrew.
And I think it's Ava Pettigrew and Connie Hart that went into the wall there together at the turn. Let's see what's going to happen as they head for home. I think it's the South Ayrshire swimmer had the better turn there in lane 6. Connie Hart, she now has the advantage over the rest of the field. Coming up alongside her is Annabelle Lapping from Milngine Bears Den. We'll also watch over at Charlotte Smith from Stirling Swim. Oh, I think the Milngine Bears Den swimmer just got the touch ahead of Charlotte Smith, but that was Connie Hart's race, the South Ayrshire 12-year-old, in a time of 44.48. Annabelle Lapping second, 45.55. And just wait for the official there you go. Charlotte Smith, 45.88. Connie Hart, Annabelle Lapping, Charlotte Smith. And Heat 8, empty lane 0, 1, Ava Ferretti, Erin Lamy, Ekavira Singh, Caitlin Morton, Isla Russo, Rebecca Marsh, Bethan Gibb, Orleth Jeffrey, and Tara McIntyre.
Okay, all girls getting a fairly even start there. I think the Renfrew Bass is 2 girls in the middle there. Isla Roussel and Rebecca Marsh, 5 and 6. But actually just coming through there is in lane 4, we have the Glasgow Caitlin Morton from Glasgow City, starting to get into her stride. Threatening in from lane 6, though Rebecca's not going to give up. Is this lane 6 going to touch with Rebecca? Or no, I think that was the Glasgow City. Oh no, she did. Rebecca Marsh had just touched there. Good stretch to the end over Caitlin Morton from City. Glasgow City in second, and third there was in between the Renfrew Bass, Isla Roussel. And unfortunately, lane 6, we have a disqualification due to a technical infraction. So just to confirm that 1, 2, and 3, Caitlin Morton was first with a 44.33, then Ava Ferretti, then Isla Roussel for third. Heat 9, lane 0, Niamh Moore, lane 1, Ava Murdoch, lane 2, Grace Blair, lane 3, Hannah McCraig, lane 4, Lula Milne, lane 5, Charlotte Craig, lane 6, Lusa Davis, lane 7, Mia Ignops, lane 8, Eva Anderson, lane 9, Brooke Stevenson.
And it's Lula Milne, City of Glasgow swimmer, that went into the wall with the advantage there. Had a good turn, and she's now heading for home ahead of the field, but she needs to watch what's happening in lane 2. The Falkirk Otter swimmer, Grace Blair, is trying to catch the gap, but she may well not manage. No, she's not going to. It's Lula Milne first, Grace Blair second, and Hannah McCaig third, I think. So Lula Milne's time, 41.91. Grace Blair, 43.06. And Hannah McCaig, 44.64. Are your 1, 2, and 3. Just look for the scoreboard to confirm that for us. And there we go. Lula Milne, Grace Blair, Hannah McCaig, 1, 2, and 3. And Heat 10, final heat of this event. Lane 0, Madison Smith, Amy Rowell, Abigail Fagan, Isadora Holmes, Amy Dobson, Orla Campbell, Amber Hinton, Ava Gordon, Sophie Haining, and Ava Steele.
Great start there from Amy Dobson in lane 4. And lane 5, Orla Campbell, who's coming out of the turn strength. Isadora Holmes is from Milngine Bears Den, is pushing in front. But looking to chase Harak is in lane 5, Orla Campbell. Can Isadora Holmes hold on? Is Isla Campbell coming through? We have the 2 coming through from, Orla Campbell just taking Wow, Orla Campbell taking first there with a 40.09. Amber Hinton just coming back there with that stretch and second with a 40.18. Oh, I think there might be a joint second actually. No, we'll just get this confirmed. Here we go. Yeah, first was Orla Campbell with a 40.09, then Isadora Holmes from O'Gien Bearsden 40.18, and Amber Hinton second equal with a 40.18, and then fourth was Eva Gordon 40.25. Okay, so we move up to the 13-year-olds for the 50 breast. This is the first heat of 7. Lane 1, Amy Stewart, South Ayrshire. Lane 2, Amy McGargan, City of Glasgow. Lane 3, Megan Merrick, City of Glasgow. Lane 4, Louisa Dale. Lane 5, Kimberly Cameron. Lane 6, Gillian Turriff. And Lane 7, Yale Dunlop.
And it's Louisa Dale, a O'Gien Bearsden swimmer, in the centre of the pool, who has the advantage as the girls come down to the finish alongside her. Kimberly Cameron challenging. Oh, she is being caught now by these girls. It's all going to be in the touch. Lane 7. So Kimberly Cameron first, 49.89. Evie Dunlop, 49.96. And in third place, Megan Merrick, 50.20. Yep, there we go. That's that confirmed. Kimberly Cameron, Evie Dunlop, Megan Merrick, 1, 2, and 3. And heat 2, lane 0, Hannah Adair, Neve McNally, Lucy Bell, Ellen Barbary, Emma Riddle, Sophie Curry, Alana Gilliland, Grace Cooper, Chloe McCallum and Jessica Hill.
Okay, that was lane 5, Sophie Curry getting the best start there, just trying to hold it on to the turn. We're actually up at the top end of the pool in lane 1 and 2. You've got Neve McNally and Lucy Bell now starting to push on, and lane 3, sorry, in lane 2, that's Lucy Bell pushing forward. Lucy Bell from Bo'ness, great swim there. We've got a Stranraer swimming coming up as well, which is Alana Gilland. So, yep, just there was Lucy Bell getting that over. I thought that was Alana Gilland, but actually the board is showing me it's Sophie Curry. Yep, it was Alana Gilland. It's just, we'll wait for the board to update on that with a 46.09. With, here we go, just to formalise on that. First was Lucy Bell, 45.93. Alana Gilland there was correct, and that she was second, 46.09. And Sophie Curry, third place for that 1, 2, and 3. And on to heat 3 of 7, we have lane 0, Erin Tom, lane 1, Amelia Campbell, lane 2, Lucy Crumpin, lane 3, Jamie Stevenson, lane 4, Isabel Collingwood, lane 5, Molly Tulloch, lane 6, Sophie Stark, lane 7, Abigail Faulkner, lane 8, Kavya Shetty, lane 9, Madison Gurley.
And going into the wall there, lane 1, Amelia Campbell, lane 8, Kavya Shetty, 9, Madison Gurley. all went in together, but coming out there and heading for home, it's the Milngine Bears Den swimmer, Amelia Campbell, who just has the advantage over Kavya Shetty from Ren 96. Can she hold that advantage as they come into the wall there? It's all going to be on the touch here. Oh, yes, Amelia Campbell, 44.61. Kavya Shetty, 44.83. And in third place, Lucy Crampin, 46.35. Disqualification in lane 4 for a technical infraction. Just look for the official confirmation, and here it comes. There we go, Amelia Campbell, Kavya Shetty, Lucy Crampin, 1, 2, and 3. And heat 4, lane 0, Neve Scott, Amelie Lapthorne, Abby McMillan, Alicia Thompson, Jenna Aikenhead, Olivia Caldwell, Elsa King, Sophie Cuthbertson, Heather Wood, and Lucy Fife.
Great start there from lane 8, Heather Wood. Just taking the touch there for the turn. Closely followed up by lane 6, Elsa King, who was getting the advantage of the turn there. I think that's lane 5 from Glasgow City, Olivia Caldwell, starting to come through. Can Heather Wood fight her off? Heather Wood is still getting there, so this is her race. She's going to come in strong and touch for first. Second there was the Glasgow City, Olivia Caldwell, and third was Elsa King. For your 1, 2, and 3 there. That was Heather Wood, a 41.68. Fantastic PB. Her entry time there was 45.78. Awesome. So that's your first, Heather Wood, Olivia Caldwell second, Elsa King third for your 1, 2, and 3. Final heat. Heat 5. Lane 0, Sophie Mooney. Lane 1, Anna Campbell. Lane 2, Emily Dawson. Lane 3, Abigail Crawford. Lane 4, Abigail McCready. Lane 5, Katja Wilson. Lane 7, Lucy Hunter. Lane 7, Erin Commonwealth. Lane 8, Anna Dunlop. Lane 9, Iona Hickson.
And it was Abigail Crawford that went into the turn there with the advantage over the field. She used the turn well and still has that advantage. She is being chased by Emily Dawson from Milngine Bears Den alongside her, but nobody's going to take this from Abigail as she comes into the closing stages and touches in first place with a battle going on for second. Lane 0, I think, just took that away from lane 4. So Abigail Crawford, finishing time there, 40.31. Sophie Mooney, 42.09. And Emily Dawson, 42.36. Abigail Crawford, Sophie Mooney, Emily Dawson, 1, 2, and 3. And heat 6, lane 0, Chloe Kirk, Casey Dixon, Madison Leach, Evie Chan, Molly Binning, Olivia Russell, Chloe Semple, Kira Finlayson, Lisa McNair, and Alice Jones.
Okay, strong start there from Olivia Russell in lane 5, who I think is going to get the touch, as well as our colleague over in Lisa McNair in lane 8. Just turning through, seeing, yep, she's holding on to that good turn, but getting challenged over the other side of the pool by lane 1. Casey Dixon, but this is going to be her. This is going to be her event. She's going to clear in and get a good touch here for first, with our colleague there, Lisa McNair, getting second. So that was Olivia Russell for first, 39.57. Lisa McNair second, 40.16, and third, Chloe Semple, 40.46. Just to get that confirmed by the board. And that is confirmed. Olivia Russell first, Lisa McNair second, Chloe Semple third. Final heat for the girls, lane 0, Emma Binning, lane 1, Ella Cunningham, lane 2, Gina Wren, lane 3, Katie Gillis, lane 4, Evie Mackey, lane 5, Ava Ross, lane 6, Molly Irvin Watson, lane 7, Daisy McNinnis, lane 8, Anna Betham, lane 9, Cara White.
Really not a lot between some of the girls as they come into the turn there, but it is lane 4, Evie Mackey, the 13-year-old from Lanark, who used the turn to her advantage and is now moving away from the field. In behind her, lane 5, Ava Ross, City of Glasgow. It's anyone's guess who anyone's guess for third place there, but Evie Mackey, 36.12. Ava Ross, 37.77, I beg your pardon. And Daisy McInnes, 38.59. I think that's your finishing order. Evie Mackey, Ava Ross, Daisy McInnes. They'll be pleased with those times this afternoon as we now move on to event 409, and it's the turn of the boys, 50-metre breaststroke. Boys 11 to 12-year-olds. This is heat 1 of 5. So as I said, heat 409, 50-metre breaststroke, heat 1 of 5. This is the 11 to 12-year-old boys. And heat lane 1, I beg your pardon, Noah Sands. 2, Samuel Ruff. 3, Leo Noonan. 4, Max Stanbridge. 5, Matthew Campbell. 6, Ewan Black. 7, Logan Meakin. And 8, Edward Crampin.
Okay, first to turn there, I think we have in lane 2 from Glasgow City. We have Samuel Roll getting a good advantage on that turn and bringing this heat home. Over in lane 8, we have Edward Crampin putting in a good attempt there, trying to catch up. In fact, actually, he could be overtaking here. This is going to be on the touch. Oh, if he hadn't thought about that touch, Edward, you may have got it, but Samuel Roll managed to just stay in there, getting first of 50.81. Edward Crampin in lane 8, 2 was second, 51.15. And our third was Leo Noonan from Mulgine Bears Den, 53.36. And that's it confirmed. Samuel, Edward and Leo for your 1, 2 and 3. And on to heat 2 of 5, we have in lane 0, Gordon McLeod, lane 1, Donna McDarling, lane 2, Olivia Archibald, lane 3, Robbie McCallum, lane 4, Kieran Naismith, lane 5, Rory McMillan, lane 6, Callum Ackes, lane 7, Charlie McCollum, and lane 8, Noah Harvey, and lane 9, Alex Dale.
And it was Charlie McMillan. No, I beg your pardon. Now, yeah, I beg your pardon, lane 5, Rory McMillan. He went into the wall there ahead with the advantage. He's used that advantage, and here he comes. He's just about to finish in first place. A couple of body lengths ahead of second place. Who's going to get the touch here? It is the Kingston swimmer, I think. Callum Hackius and Kieran Naismith from Bales Hill in third place. There we go. Let's look at the times here. For Rory McMillan, 45.82, Callum Hackius, 49.43, and Kieran Naismith, 49.78. So there's the result confirmed. Rory McMillan, Callum Hackius and Kieran Naismith, 1, 2 and 3. And heat 3, lane 0, Blair Russell, Jack Robinson, Ollie Jeffords, Aidan Mooney, Rory Stevenson, Callan Chesser, Tynan Baird, Ethan Alexander, Nicodemus Mullins, and Jack Kivlihan.
Okay, all these boys have been entry times around the 47 mark, so that's where we are right now in terms of times for those that are interested. All sort of much and a muchness. I think just getting the first turn there was Callan Chesser from Glasgow City in the centre of the pool there, with his teammates over in lane 1, lane 3 and lane 7, all sort of trying to compete forward, but he's still holding on. That's Callan Chassard in lane 5, but coming up against him there is his colleague there just in lane... Oh, now, looks like lane 7, Ethan managed to get a wee stretch ahead of Callan there for first. No, he didn't. Sorry, apologies. Sorry, for the board got your hopes up there, Ethan. But that was Callan Chesser for 46.35. And unfortunately, we have a disqualification in lane 6 for technical infraction. And Ethan Alexander was second place. Just get that confirmed. So that's Callan Chesser, 46.35. Ethan Alexander, 46.52. And Aidan Mooney for third, 47.57. And on to heat 4, we have in lane 0, Lewis Riley, lane 1, Harrison McMillan, lane 2, Murray Johnston, lane 3, Michael Odaboto, lane 4, Lance McMahon, lane 5, Jasper Broom, lane 6, Max Corcoran, lane 7, Jason Baxketer, lane 8, Zachary Dormer, and lane 9, Ewan Rendell.
And it was the Helensburgh swimmer, Lance McMahon, who has led from the start here. A good turn there, and he's increasing his lead as he comes in to finish his race this afternoon. In behind him, battle going on for second place, but it is Harrison McMillan in lane 1, I think, who's going to get that. And then I think we need to look to lane 9, Ewan Rendell, Milngine Bearsden in third. So Lance McMahon in first. Just going to wait for the times to reflect. There we go. Lance McMahon's time is 41.17. And was in fact Ewan Rendell got the touch ahead of Harrison McMillan there. So Ewan Rendell 45.30, Harrison McMillan 45.54. And the fifth and final heat of this event, lane 0, Logan Moffat, Brody Lydon, Nicholas Sent, Stepans Nastiux, Ryan Krabbe, Tyler Morris, Marton Romix, Kirilo Boruto, Jack Higney, and Nikolai Cisnet.
Okay, great start there from lane 5. That was Taylor Morris getting the turn there, but just beside him in lane 4. We have lane 3 really coming through, the Strangrar swimmer. So that's lane 3, lane 3, Stevens. Yep, very good finish and very good ending there. Stevens taking first with a 36.20. Second was Ryan Krabbe with 37.98. Sorry, that was Tyler Morris, I think, got the time there, 37.61, just the touch. We'll just get that confirmed. Yep, that was Stefan, for first, and then Tyler Morris, and then Ryan Krabbe for third.
So just some results. Event 407, the girls' 11-year-old 50-metre breaststroke. First place, Lula Milne, City of Glasgow. Sophie Haining in second, Bells Hill Sharks. Ava Ferretti from Milngine Bearsden in third. The girls' 12-year-old 50-metre breaststroke, Orla Campbell, Falkirk. We have a joint second, Isadora Holmes, Milngine Bearsden, and Amber Hinton, Dumfries.
Okay, as we move on to the older boys, this is the first of 5 heats. We have in lane 1, Daniel Deacon, lane 2, Rory Nelson, lane 3, Jacob Alexander, lane 4, Finlay Hiddleston, no show lane 5, lane 6, Harrison Mullen, and lane 7, Arju Burrow, and lane 8, Jack Sutherland.
And it's Finlay Hiddleston from Dumfries, who has led going into the wall, had a good turn there and is leading the field by several body lengths. It's what's going on behind him that will determine places 2nd and 3rd. Falkirk Otter swimmer Arjun Burrow swimming well in lane 7. I think he's going to get 2nd with a battle for 3rd in lanes 1 and 2 as Finlay Hiddleston finishes his race in a time of 43.57. Arjun Burrow is shown on my screen as finishing 2nd, but I think we need to wait for that to be updated. No, it is Arjun Burrow, 2nd, 47.14, and in 3rd is Rory Nelson, 48.61. Rory Nelson from Scotia. That's the results confirmed there. Your 1, 2, and 3, Finlay, Arjun, Rory. And heat 2, lane 0, Soren Young, Kaylin Cardy, Kyle Saunderson, Brian Fitzpatrick, Jay McKinnon, empty lane 5, Adam Murray, Andrew Patterson, Jack Fraser, and empty lane 9.
Okay, good start from all the boys there. I think we're looking at lane 6 or lane 7 there as the first touch. Both boys turning pretty much the same time. I think lane 6 just getting a slight more advantage there, but over in lane 1 we have Kaylin Cardy coming through. Looking much stronger over there at the end, lane 1. Kaylin Cardy from Stirling Swim. And we have the Glasgow in here as lane 7. Andrew Patterson just getting that touch in with a 42.52. Just wait for that for the scoreboard to update. It is showing that Andrew Patterson got that first, 42.52. And then it was Kaylin. Yep, so Andrew Patterson first, Kaylin Cardy, 43.62, and then Adam Murray with 43.98.
And heat 3, lane 0, Theo Sterica, 1, Ali Hattab, no swimmer lane 2, 3, David Ness, 4, Adam Merrick, Michael Gamel, Callum Strizik, Aaron Russell, Hugh O'Hanlon, and Dean Binney. I'll do it. Yeah. So going into the turn there, it's the Bellshill Shark swimmer, I think. No, actually, that's wrong. It's Adam Merrick who has the lead there. And he is moving away from the field. Need to watch what's happening in lane 1. Ali Hattab swimming well. Lane 4 also getting himself into the mix, but it is the Cumbernauld swimmer, Adam Merrick, who takes this afternoon. It's Dumfries, Ali Hattab 2nd, I think. And 3rd, Callum Struzik. And there we go, the times for Adam Merrick, 39.29. There was a disqualification for a technical infraction in lane 6. So we'll just wait for the finishing order there. Adam Merrick, 39.29. Ali Hattab, 42.02. And David Ness, 42.64. And heat 4, lane 0, Craig Hartley, Gerard Gonter, Joshua Cumming, Ewan Nielsen, Carl Mossman, George Zabliski, Kyle Harper, Avi Dotton, Brandon Wan, and Daniel Henry.
Great start from Kyle Harper in lane 6 there. He's going to get the touch, I think, in the turn. Yep. Followed closely just beside him by George Zinke from Glasgow City in lane 5. Or sorry, lane 4. We have George actually in lane 5 taking pole position here. Coming in, we're going to be coming in a nice 1, 2, 3 here, boys. George first, then Kyle, then Ewan. 1, 2, and 3. George with a 37.76, Kyle 38.31, and Ewan Nielsen 39.13 for your third place. Good PB for George there, knocking off a second odd. He'll be happy with that, just to confirm. Yep, that's your 1, 2, and 3, George, Kyle, and Ewan Nielsen for third. Final heat of the day, we have lane 0, Hamish Maxwell, lane 1, Joe Crawford, lane 2, Ethan Collins, lane 3, Fraser van der Merlen, lane 4, Lachlan Small, lane 5, Kyle Connolly, lane 6, Finlay Bennett, lane 7, Rory Griffin, and lane 9, Callum Forsyth.
And that looked to me like Lachlan Small and Kyle Connolly turning together there. Coming out of the turn, however, it's Lachlan Small, the Stirling swimmer, who has the advantage over Kyle Connolly and Fraser van der Merlen, but also coming in strong is Finlay Bennett, all on the touch there for third place, I think, but Ethan Collins also swimming well there. So let's have a look and see what has occurred at the moment. It looks to me like there's a joint second place in behind Lachlan Small. Lachlan's time 33.28. Looks like Kyle Connolly and Ethan Collins both finished together. Yep, that's that confirmed. Joint second for Ethan Collins, Kyle Connolly on a time of 34.57.
Gosh, I don't think I've been in an event with so many joint seconds, first and thirds. That was all very exciting, Jackie. Thank you.
And that concludes our afternoon programme here at Tollcross Swimming Pool. It is the final session, as I said, of the Pentaqua meet this weekend. I'd like to thank all our swimmers, team managers, coaches, all of our volunteers, including our technical officials, volunteers both front of house and the back, without whom we could not have run this meet, nor without our technical officials. So on behalf of myself, Jackie Smith, and Wendy Kirk, I'd like to say thank you very much for joining us this afternoon at the venue and on live streaming. We will announce some further results as we get them shortly. At the moment, we've got, let's have a look, we've got event 408, the girls' 13-year-old 50-metre breaststroke. In first place, Evie Mackey from Lanark, Ava Ross, City of Glasgow, Daisy McInnes, City of Glasgow, second and third. We've got the boys' 11-year-old 50-metre breaststroke. First place, Callan Chesser, City of Glasgow. Second, Zachary Dormer, Falkirk Otter. Third, Jensen Basketter, Renfrew Bath. The 12-year-old boys, first place from Stranraer, Steppens Nastjux. Second, Tyler Morris, Stirling Swim. And third, Ren 96, Ryan Krabby.